Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Tyler McNabb, and this is my dad's Honda 450R. So we got this thing out of the other side of the building. So the other side's over there where all the work gets done, and it's mainly been sitting over there all winter, and so figured I might as well get out and do some riding. We have a decent day. It's currently January 30th, so still basically the middle of winter. But as you can see, it's nice and sunny out. It's about 35 degrees, so just above freezing. There's no wind or anything, which makes it pretty decent out, considering the last week or so around here has been highs below freezing and lows in the single digits, so it doesn't feel terrible out. But the good thing is the ground is still frozen, which is pretty nice because that means I can probably go out and do some riding and not have to worry about getting all muddy and washing the quad. So yeah, it's gonna be some decent weather, so I figured I might as well take advantage of it while I can. Get out, do a little bit of riding. It is supposed to be like 48 degrees tomorrow, so I might do a little bit more riding tomorrow as well, and then if I need to wash the quad, I can. But I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna release this video, because I'm still right now, I guess when I'm filming this, the 400 is still getting finished up in the build series, so not sure if I'm going to release this after the build series or maybe intermittently, because I am currently waiting on a couple parts to show up. But yeah, so I figured might as well take advantage of the decent weather, go out, do a little bit of riding on the old 450, because it hasn't been ridden in a while and mainly been sitting, so should be good to go out and do a little bit of ripping and have some fun. So let's get out on the trails. Dang it. You've got to be kidding me. Gosh. Aw, dang it. Okay guys, well, as you saw, my ride kind of got cut short. So, unfortunately, the quad died and it wouldn't start again. And the reason for that is dead battery. And you may be saying, well, why wouldn't it start again? You have a 24-volt kit, don't you? Well, unfortunately, one of the drawbacks of a 24-volt kit is, so when I went to start this thing up initially, I had to crank it over quite a bit because it hadn't been started in like a month. And so with that, yeah, it just took a while to start. And so it took so long to start that I actually had to put the battery charger on the back and like give it some help so it would start, help it crank it over. And so I probably had to crank it over for a couple minutes before it finally started. And so it did start, I got it running. But the drawback of this 24-volt kit is this front battery does not charge. So basically all that the stator actually charges is the main battery, the original battery. So what happens is when I was cranking it for 2 minutes, that would be like cranking this single battery for 2 minutes and then never charging it and just running the quad. So what happened is it finally died out in the woods, and that front battery, even if, I guess, yeah, so how it works is when it's wired up for 24 volts, if this rear battery, even if it's at 12, like even if it's, we actually checked it, it's still at 12.4, so normally that would still be enough to turn the engine over. But the front battery was so dead that with these 24-volt kits, it won't turn the engine over if that front battery's dead. So yeah, basically we just have to, you got to keep them charged, and that's what I've got the battery tender hooked up, plugged in over on the wall. I plugged it in and the battery tender said it was dead. So that's what happened, unfortunately, which means my ride got cut short. I was having fun. I was finally on that second lap. I was finally getting warmed up enough because I was a little chilly. My hands always get really cold, but yeah, so I was having fun and riding, and then it just died. And yeah, if you listen to the riding video, pretty much any time I would normally be off the throttle and I had the clutch in, I was constantly hitting the throttle trying to keep it running because I knew that, yeah, I should have known that that would probably happen. But hey, I wanted to ride, so, you know, unfortunately this kind of stuff happens with quads like these. And yeah, not much you can do about it, but try to keep, we're gonna keep the battery tender on it as much as we can and try to keep it good and charged. So Oh, I killed it. 3, 4, 5. 5 deer. Not bad. You probably noticed I have the battery charged up. Yeah, won't make that mistake Okay guys, well tonight's ride was a little more successful than the last one. So quad is running pretty good. I did kill it a couple times. I went ahead and I'm gonna be honest, it took me, let's see, we've had this thing for like 3 months. It took me 3 months to find the idle screw on this thing. Not gonna lie. I just never actually looked it up. I just kind of assumed maybe it didn't have one and you played with the air fuel screw, but it is actually up underneath here. As you can see, it's right there. I didn't realize that. I assumed it was gonna be over here. Every other quad I had, it's been over here, kind of on this side of the carburetor. So I was messing with the air fuel screw thinking that the idle was all jacked up, which it kind of was. I ended up, let's see, I went to mess with the idle screw once I finally found it, and it was turned all the way up, which is not good because it wasn't idling right. So I finally started playing with the air fuel screw, turned it in a couple times, and got it idling higher. Then I was able to turn the idle down. So now I got it idling at a good RPM, and so hopefully we won't have issues with it dying when we're going into corners and stuff every now and then. So yeah, anyway, this thing is working pretty good. I'm liking it, and yeah, ended up being a good evening of riding. And this thing got the batteries all charged back up last night, so it starts pretty good and don't have to worry about that. So I'll just have to keep up on the maintenance, making sure we're putting the battery tender on it, keeping it charged, and we shouldn't have an issue. So I want to thank you guys for coming and watching. It was a good little 2 days of riding. It's supposed to be like 51 tomorrow, so there's a chance I may ride again tomorrow, but I'm going to guess probably not. I'm probably going to wash this, and then I may go out in the woods and do something like on my utility quad or in the Razor or something like that. So anyway, thank you guys for coming and watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Son of a...